Hey everyone, RemanX here, and we're going to talk about the impact that Dagger's had on the raid. We're going to talk about the ISOs, the T4s, and everything you need to know about this team so you guys get a better idea of what to use her for. So if you guys aren't here and you guys weren't on my stream before, we're going to talk about the ISO change that I made, why she now has a blue ISO, and we actually did a test on 2 different days, the Striker effect and the Raider effect on the final node, and we have a definitive outcome to go over. So right before we get into that, remember, if you're making that purchase for Dagger, she has less than 24 hours left in the store. She is a worthwhile member of your roster, and if you are spending money in this game, Amazon Coins is a way to save up to 20%. So if you've been looking to save some money, save some coins, and save yourself a whole lot of hassle, welcome to the Amazon App Store. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, today's special offer is sponsored by Amazon, and you could save up to 20% on your favorite in-game purchases. It's that simple. That's right, guys. All you have to do is download the Amazon App Store. You can follow the links you'll find in the description below. The Amazon App Store is up to 20% off savings of some of your games. You simply click the link for the download now. You find your favorite game from the App Store once it's loaded on your Android device, and you buy some coins following these links here. These links will refresh about every 24 hours. So if you guys have visited the page before, make sure you visit it again, and you guys will have access to some significant savings. Now, these are available in a wide variety of games, including Marvel Strike Force, and it is that simple. If you have any questions about migrating, there's a set of instructions here. There's detailed questions to help find the best solutions for you. And by the way, did I say you can save money? You can save money. That's right. That's right. All right, so we're gonna go right into Dagger. So I was able to test Dagger in the raids, and what I found was what I was looking for. And this is the thing about Dagger, is there's probably 2 potential ISOs for her. There's the potential that you can have both Striker or Raider, and so where Striker becomes important is the fact that she has bleeds. So the way that you're going to evaluate that, I think, is probably just taking a look and seeing if you're doing enough damage with your team to make sure that you're getting those bleeds off. So when I was testing her on none of the Mystic nodes did the enemy get a chance to bleed. I don't got time to bleed. Anyway, that being said, so I leaned into Raider because of the impact it have. Her ult just does insane amounts of damage. Crit Pierce attack is on her with her current level is just insane amounts of overall damage, and literally was what I used to overcome some war attacks. So we're going to talk a little bit about how Dagger makes this team better. So first things first, if you guys weren't aware, her passive on turn gives offense up to adjacent allies. So when you're using her in a Mystic raid, you're going to want to place her between 2 of your top damage dealers. So for me, it's Deathpool, because her passive is going to be triggering an awful lot. And more importantly, Silver Surfer. So this is kind of like Silver Surfer's team. You've got a cosmic hero in Deathpool that's triggering the passive from Silver Surfer. And so that's a big difference. So we're probably going to lean into that being the 4. So let's talk about it. Without Cloak, she is an exceptional stand-alone character. She does that regardless, okay? She does that regardless in any mode, okay? On turn, apply offense up to self and all adjacent allies in all modes. 50% chance to gain evade in all modes on turn. This is very powerful. This is something she does regardless of where you have her in the game. So that's the big difference. And then you gain 50% resistance. And we know how that plays out with some of these additional stats here. And then as a raid character, she's getting 15% damage and giving that to her new warrior allies, which is, you know, going to be a big difference. Now, Cloak also has that similar passive, does give the focus. But realistically, this is a game changer in the raid. So I prefer Cloak over Dagger, even though I think Dagger is I prefer Dagger over Cloak, even though I think, take 2, even though I think Cloak is an amazing character. from a control perspective. And so if you don't have the opportunity to get high stars on a character, I do think Cloak is probably maybe a better value at the 2 base battle pass, 2-star base battle pass. But we're still kind of trying to hope to get some idea of what the blitz results will yield. And so the striker skirmisher combo, I've locked in skirmisher on that. And so these are all like high value because these are additional attacks. All right, so she's doing insane amounts of piercing damage on par with some of the highest power characters in the game. And remember, she's also applying the debuffs first, and so that's a big difference. All right, so the next thing is we have this, her special, again, because it clears all positive effects from the target. It is amazing, and so that's the big difference maker here. So I'm gonna say that if I was gonna pick a character and I have a high like death pool, she definitely enhances death pool more than I think than Cloak does. So right off the bat, that's the big difference. Silver Surfer on the team. We do have Adam Warlock as an option, but I've been preferring them with Doom because they kill stuff so fast. Doom's ult is almost always up, and I've actually not had to use it very often. So, and the only time I've ever had a death was when they were Striker, because I just didn't get enough damage done to the Elsas, and they were able to take out Cloak and Dagger because of the evades in the boss node. But they both finished it as Striker and Raider. So I think there's 2 arguments to be had there, and I leave it to you guys to decide based on that. So Skirmisher on Cloak, and the reason why I say that is it's kind of future proof. His debuffs are probably the best debuffs in the game. He makes Moon Knight's randomness look embarrassingly inadequate. And so that's the idea, that he is just needs to land those debuffs, and even with the extra focus, this lets him overcome it at lower stars and star levels. But more importantly, we know that the accelerated raids do have extra resistance to overcome as well. So finally, I do love Striker on Deathpool. I think because she's clearing buffs with her follow-up. It's just amazing, and plus her initial bleeds are substantially higher because of this. And so there are a lot of different mechanics. I didn't do her special yet because I don't see her getting that many debuffs, but I will say that if I'm ever in a scenario where I'm getting 4 or more debuffs, specifically a mirror match, this seems to be like the idea from that. So T4 is as far as Cloak. I will say the passive, the Dark Force Conduit, is helpful. Probably going to use that a little bit more. I didn't do that because for the extra dodge chance with this, I just felt like I didn't want to give Elsa another chance to slam him in the face every single time he dodged. And the Shadow Assault is something I consider just because of the damage potential over here. And then the special also for the two turns on it. It may become more important, but again, most characters are dying faster than I'm able to apply it. But it is 2 turns. So again, at lower stars and lower power levels, this is something that'll actually allow you to get an extra turn or and whatnot between some of the bigger characters in the game, higher health pools. So just be aware that that's why you would pick that ability. And so finally, what you're doing is you're enabling multiple strikers. So whether or not you're using Dr. Doom, Silver Surfer, Adam Warlock, or Deathpool, your Raiders applying multiple vulnerabilities, which allows your strikers to get extra attacks. And more importantly, if you're using Adam Warlock combines with Cloak exceptionally well, because remember that this will extend the duration of all negative effects, excluding ability block and stun. So offense down, defense down, and blind are getting extended. So he has an unspoken synergy. I will tell you that if you're getting Adam Warlock this week, he's probably somebody that you can rotate into this Mystic mayhem that you see before you. Anyway, that being said, guys, again, Amazon coins are a great way to save money on these characters, and we'll be updating the ISO tier list. I think probably, I'm going to say, knock on wood, this weekend, coming up here, and identifying all these new teams and getting these updated based on some of the testing I've finally been able to do now that I have more blue ISOs coming in. I mean, I remember I do things so you don't have to. I've gone absolutely mad into this team. You can see her stats are exceptional for the character at 6 and 6 red. I do think she's probably on target potentially for some upgrades. I've been able to beat some surprising teams on war, including Brotherhood Doom. But we're going to be doing a lot more theory crafting with the 3-piece in this team because it's fun with these 3 pieces to build around them. Stay tuned.